And let's get you the first video that's emerged of the man who stabbed Saif Ali Khan. This is on your screens right now. CCTV footage. You can see, in fact, the timestamp that says 2:33 a.m. And the attacker seen running down the fire exit of Saif and Kareena's apartment. A young man, he's not got his face covered, seems to have a gamcha around his shoulders as he's making his way down with a backpack as well. This is the man who stabbed Saif Ali Khan 6 times. You don't see the weapon in the footage, may have discarded it, may have put it back in his bag. But see how he gets away. He's running down the staircase. There's not a single security guard stopping him. He managed to successfully exit from the building. This is at 2:33 a.m. as you see there in the CCTV footage. The suspect, this man, is still on the run. The cops haven't been able to nab him just yet, but we are picking up right now that the cops are using mobile dump data to track him down, to trace the attacker. Remember that this incident happened at about 2:30 in the morning, so he's had a lot of time since then to escape, to run away, but the cops are counting on using digital evidence to find his whereabouts, and hopefully they'll be able to track him down at the soonest. The motive has been confirmed to be a burglary attempt, and the details we have is that this man, whose name we still don't know, actually made his way into Saif and Kareena's residence, was close to the kids' room when the nanny spotted him, yelled for help. Saif Ali Khan immediately rushed in, trying to protect his kid. He tried to push the attacker away, this man away, which is when this scuffle broke out. And the intruder, again, let me confirm and highlight here that while we have this video, we don't have details of his identity just yet. So this man pulled out a knife and then repeatedly stabbed Saif, including in the neck and to his spine, both of which could easily have turned into a fatal wound. Saif was then rushed to the hospital by his son Ibrahim in an auto because none of their drivers were around, none of their cars were available at that point. Let's bring in right now Divyesh for more details. He's accessed this footage for us of the attacker seen running from the fire exit. And Divyesh, this footage only raises more questions. We still don't know this man's identity, relatively young. He's not covered his face. We don't see the weapon, the knife with him. But have cops been able to track him down or at least try to confirm where he could have, left to after running from the building?
Well, Akshita, the images show that this man was well prepared. He was carrying a backpack. He was carrying a weapon, armed and ready to carry out a burglary. And if stopped, if restricted, he would attack people who would try to stop him. And that is what happened. He reached the 12th floor residence of Saif Ali Khan. How did he manage to sneak in? That is yet to be investigated. But after an alarm was raised by the maid working for Saif Ali Khan rushed to her help, and that is when he tried to apprehend this burglar, this accused, after which he attacked Saif Ali Khan, stabbed him multiple times. The weapon used in this attack seems to be a small knife or a cutter. What we hear from our sources is it looks like a thin paper cutter which has been used to attack or stab Saif Ali Khan, and part of which got lodged in the spine of Saif Ali Khan, after which he had to undergo surgery to remove that part of metal, and he had to undergo cosmetic surgery as well. He lost a lot of blood during this surgery. Just confirm
one thing for us. There's been information trickling in that this attacker, who's seen running down the fire exit, so clearly knows his way about the building, was actually hiding in the building for several hours before trying to sneak into the residence of Saif and Kareena. Is that confirmed by the police?
Well, as of now, it has come to light that he would have reached the building much before the attack happened. That is what police sources had told us. He had reached the building much before the attack happened. Remember, the attack happened between 1:30 and 2:30, so he must have reached an hour or 2 hours before that. That is what is suspected. He reached there, then he demanded, and also it has come to light that he demanded a huge sum, holding the maid hostage, he tried to hold them hostage as well. That has also come to light. But we need to ascertain further details from the complaint. We are yet to find out more details about the accused who is still wanted, and there are several others. So there is suspicion that others known to the family could be involved. It is just a suspicion. Again, I'm emphasizing on this that this is just a suspicion. This is
essentially all angles are being looked into, but it can't be ruled out because you look at the nature of the attack, and I'd like to bring in Mustafa also on this. You look at the nature of the attack, Mustafa. This man knew his way about in the residence. Reportedly was close to the room where Jay and Taimur stay, the kids' room. And that's where he was cornered by Saif. The nanny happened to in fact see him, which is when she screamed for help. The fact that he had access to the building, the fact that he knew where the fire exit is, the fact that he looked straight into that CCTV camera, almost seeming to know exactly where it's placed. All of this seems to indicate that this is someone who knew his way around the building. Either he'd done a recce before or someone who perhaps worked there.
That's true. It's possible, Akshita, that he knew the building, or he must have worked as a servant in one of these houses. But at the same time, it looks like he's a hardened criminal or a history sheeter or a fearless person, because the way he attacked Saif Ali Khan, and remember, even if you are from a village or you are not from Mumbai, you know who Saif Ali Khan is. Once that person is appeared in front of you, even then he went on with this gruesome attack. Seems to suggest, he was not getting anything out of this incident, because even if he was a thief, he entered, he got caught, but he did further damage, and the assault which happened on Saif Ali Khan was it's almost his life-taking assault. But fortunately, Saif Ali Khan is out of danger and is recovering at this point. But the wounds which have been made on his body, the piece of blade which has been left in his near his spine on the back portion could have left him handicapped for all his life. So it's a very serious attack, and we have not seen such kind of robberies or thefts in Mumbai. Even if it's a housebreaking which happens, it happens mainly when the residents of the flat are not there.
Correct.
Even if it's a housebreak, it happens with more than one person who are trying to steal something, jewelry or something like this. But a person getting caught and then assaulting and then again taking the stairs, going out, not getting caught.
And the manner of the crime, the kind of injuries that Saif has sustained. What we're hearing is that either a cutter or a small blade, small sharp weapon was used. But the fact that this man, who you see on your screens running after attacking Saif Ali Khan, stabbed him in the neck, stabbed him on his spine, it's very clear that he was trying to seriously wound Saif Ali Khan. Fortunately, the actor is out of danger. He is stable. But this is the man right now, seen escaping right after attacking Saif. What we know is that the attack itself happened at 2:30. The footage confirms that, because this is at 2:33 a.m., minutes later, when he's seen running down the fire exit. There are obviously questions being asked of how he got past the guards. If he's someone who's new to the building at 2:30 in the morning, running down the stairs and getting out by the gate or jumping the compound wall, how is it that nobody noticed? You can even see him in that footage. Look closely, because he hasn't covered his face. You can see him at one point looking straight into the camera, almost taking note of the fact that it's there. So he seemed to know also where the cameras are placed, and yet didn't bother to cover his face. All of this has led to questions right now that remain unanswered on how this intruder managed to get in, how did he get inside Saif and Kareena's residence, and also at the same time managed to escape with nobody spotting him, nobody catching him. This CCTV footage is obviously crucial to really piecing together the sequence of events, the crime itself. The cops are now using this to nab the accused, but we do not have a name just yet. We don't have details of his identity. It's only a matter of time, however, that all of that will come out, considering that he's made no effort to hide his identity. But this young man, seen with a backpack, and we're assuming that the backpack is where he's kept that weapon, or if he dropped it and left it there and ran away, because the doctors at the Leelavati hospital did confirm that there were pieces of the blade that were in Saif's spine that had to be pulled out. So this is no normal burglary. This is no attempt to actually go ahead and, burgle this house, but a lot more. All right, let's get you more breaking news coming in right now. Stunning details that are emerging of the attack on Saif Ali Khan. Here's what we know. The reason Saif Ali Khan went and cornered the accused, putting his life at risk, was because the attacker actually held the kids hostage. held Jay and Taimur, Saif and Kareena's kids hostage. So then, obviously, there will be questions about whether this was a targeted attack, a high-risk heist, or more than that. Was this a targeted attack? Now, reportedly, this man that you see on your screens, again, let me highlight that he's not been identified in the sense we don't have his details, his name, etc. But reportedly, he held Jay and Taimur hostage in Saif and Kareena's residence. How scary is that? He held them hostage in their own house and demanded that they hand over a large sum of money of their wealth. And that's when Saif decided to intervene. Obviously, to protect his kids, to protect his sons, he jumped in there and tried to push the attacker away. That's when the scuffle broke out. That's when this attacker, the man you see on your screens, pulled out some sort of a weapon. We don't know the nature of it, but seems like it was some blade or cutter. He used it to stab Saif Ali Khan in the neck and spine and therefore managed to get away. But this is truly horrifying. This has happened in an apartment in a high-rise in Mumbai, in Bandra, one of the most high-profile areas of the city. This man not just managed to get inside, but he got access to the kids. He essentially seems to have gotten into their bedroom, held Jay and Taimur hostage. So you can imagine how incredibly scarring this has been for the entire family. He held them hostage, and that's why Saif Ali Khan immediately stepped in, pushed this attacker away from his kids, trying to protect Jay and Taimur. This is the information we're picking up right now. Mustafa and Divyesh are live with us on this. Mustafa, this is horrifying that this has happened in their residence, that in their home, their kids were unsafe in this manner, were vulnerable to an attack in this manner by a man who had a weapon with him. Okay, we'll go to Mustafa in just a bit. But the information that we have right now on your screens is that the attacker actually held the kids hostage. So then obviously he had a plan in mind that he wanted to go into Saif and Kareena's residence to target the kids and then demand that Saif and Kareena hand over a certain amount of money. And he almost succeeded in doing that. If not for Saif Ali Khan bravely stepping in, intervening and ensuring that his kids were out of harm's way. And that's what led to him, unfortunately, being stabbed. He is in the ICU, currently stable, but the details we're picking up right now, extremely concerning. Mustafa is live with us for more details. Mustafa, what more are you picking up? We're hearing that this attacker clearly had an intention of targeting the kids, holding them hostage, and then making Saif and Kareena pay up a huge sum of money. And he almost succeeded, if not for Saif Ali Khan throwing himself there in the middle.
Well, yes, Akshita, the details which are emerging are shocking. This one man who had entered the house of Saif Ali Khan with a sharp object did actually demand for sum of money, and he was holding Jay and Taimur as hostages, and he actually gained access to the kids' room, and that's why the servant, the maid, she shouted, and Saif Ali Khan took note of it. Now one can only imagine what Saif Ali Khan must have gone through in those minutes when this entire incident was unfolding in front of him, that he had his two kids held hostage in his own house by a person, and whatever has happened, and really it is not an easy thing to say, but whatever Saif Ali Khan at that point must have felt right, he did it, and he put himself in the harm's way to protect two of his children, and then he was able to escape. But again and again this question will also arise, that this also exposes the kind of security which they had or anybody else has in Mumbai. If a person who is able to enter and reach the top floor, which is the 12th floor, remember this is a 12th floor building, you could have gone to any house. He went to the top floor, is what the cops are saying, by the staircase. He assaulted Saif Ali Khan, he held his kids hostage, and then took the same stairs, 12 floors, came down and then left. He was not apprehended by anyone. In fact, Saif Ali Khan was taken by his small child and one person to the hospital. There were no neighbors or anybody who came to help, even at that point. So this is the kind of details which are coming in, and these are alarming details. which are coming out, and the building security is under question. The CCTV footages or the other available security is under question, and also whether there was support staff of Saif Ali Khan or Kareena Kapoor present at that point, because they are told to have 8 to 9, 10 staffs, whether anybody was on duty or not, because if more people would have been there, they could have overpowered the accused. So these are questions which are there, but the details which are emerging, which really shows that it's not only the assault on Saif Ali Khan, but he has gone through a real tough night where his kids were held hostage. Back to you.
Very, very true, Mustafa. The family has, of course, gone through a very, very harrowing time, and extremely brave of Saif Ali Khan to step in there. He's ensured essentially that his kids were safe. They were targeted clearly by this attacker. The man you see on your screens went right up to the 12th floor. So this was a very clear targeted attack. He didn't enter the first floor, the second floor, the third floor, went directly right up to the top. So he knew who lived in that house. He wanted to clearly target Saif and Kareena's residence. Was it intentional that he first went into the kids' room, targeted Jay and Taimur? Was that his plan, to hold them hostage and then demand money? That's what he attempted to do. And Saif Ali Khan immediately, obviously, as a worried father, stepped in there, not thinking of his own life, to protect Jay and Taimur, stopped this man, and in the process was stabbed. Now, there are so many questions swirling around who this man is. What was his intention? Why did he target Saif and Kareena? Let's take a look in our next report of all the angles right now that the cops are investigating.
Why was Saif Ali Khan attacked? And how did the intruder enter undetected and manage to escape? There are 12 floors in the Sadhguru Sharan building, out of which the Khans occupy 4. The intruder apparently entered the actor's house through the fire escape. CCTV videos have captured the attacker at the 6th floor. Saif resides on the 12th floor. Cops say the motive was robbery.
10 डिटेक्शन टीम्स हैं जो अलग अलग डायरेक्शंस में काम कर रही है. एक एक्यूज्ड है, वो एक्यूज्ड की मूवमेंट उस अपार्टमेंट में कल रात में ये इंसिडेंस के समय पे देखी गई है और उस दिशा में इन्वेस्टिगेशन चल रहा है.
But how exactly did the intruder enter Saif and Kareena's house? Police sources tell India Today that attacker was present inside the house few hours before Saif was attacked. Cops have searched 25 to 30 CCTV cameras.
हम फिंगरप्रिंट डिपार्टमेंट से फिंगरप्रिंट मिल चुके हैं. अब आगे की प्रोसेस हमारे सीनियर बताएंगे.
Cops are questioning laborers and others around the actor's residence as there are no signs of a forced entry. The house help who first saw the intruder and raised an alarm has been interrogated. An FIR has been filed based on her complaint against the unidentified intruder for trespassing, attempt to murder. Sources say Saif's statement will be recorded once he recovers. Mumbai Crime Branch Officer and Encounter Specialist Daya Naik was one of the first investigators to arrive at the actor's Bandra residence.
The accused fire escape का यूज करके इनके घर पे गया था, ये भी पता चला है. अभी तक के इन्वेस्टिगेशन में ये एक चोरी का अटेम्प्ट था, ऐसा हमारे इन्वेस्टिगेशन में निष्पन्न हुआ है.
There are glaring questions that remain unanswered. How did the intruder gain access to the kids' room? How did the watchmen fail to notice the intruder? Was the intruder an insider in Saif's building? Was the attacker's entry friendly? A robbery, an inside role, or something more? The stabbing of Saif Ali Khan has stunned not just Mumbai, but entire India. With Darpesh Tripathi, Mustafa Sheikh and Vidya in Mumbai, Bureau Report, India Today.
So here are some questions, obviously, that come to the fore, especially with this footage right now of the attacker making his way out so calmly, not being stopped at all. What doesn't add up here is how did the intruder manage to enter the residence of Saif and Kareena so easily, enter the apartment first and then make his way all the way to the 12th floor without being noticed at all by any of the security guards, or for that matter, the CCTV footage that they're supposed to be tracking. How did the intruder then escape right after without the guards noticing it? This was at 2:33 a.m. after he attacked Saif. So we're going to assume that at that point there not just was a scuffle but some noise as well. None of it waking up the guards, none of it making the guards take note of what was happening in the building at 2:33 in the morning. How did the intruder get all the way to the 12th floor? Did he get access right at midnight? Did he enter the building at midnight and then make his way to the 12th floor? Was he waiting for a few hours in the building? Because sources are telling us that he was actually waiting at about the 6th floor and then from the 6th floor made his way to the 12th floor when he decided to enter the residence. Now, obviously, there will also be a question of why did the intruder get violent with Saif? Did he feel cornered? Did he feel he was not going to manage to escape? Is that when he took the extreme measure of stabbing Saif? Or was that something that he'd planned to do all along, to attack the actor, to attack Saif Ali Khan? Non-stop coverage of the attack on Saif Ali Khan, which has happened, remember, inside his residence in the dead of night. Now, Saif and Kareena live in Bandra West. This is where you have all of the biggest celebrities of Bollywood all residing in this very area, very, very close to where Saif and Kareena live. They live in the Satguru apartment of Bandra West. And their neighbors, just lanes away, is Shah Rukh Khan's iconic Mannat residence, which is a sea-facing bungalow, of course. A few buildings away from that, again along Bandra Bandstand, is Salman Khan's residence. Salman stays at Galaxy Apartments, and we already know, of course, the huge controversy surrounding Salman Khan's safety, security, and the threats to his life. He stays in Bandra too. Amir Khan, another superstar, lives in the Bella Vista Apartments, again in Bandra West. He stays in Pali Hill. Now, most of the big faces of Bollywood stay along this entire area. Ranbir Kapoor's residence, Krishna Raj, is also here. Alia Bhatt, her residence, also Vastu, is in Pali Hill. Sanjay Dutt, same lane, Pali Hill, Imperial Heights is where he resides. Rekha lives in Sea Springs, again in Bandra West, along Bandstand, again sea-facing. Zeenat Aman, so your veterans of the industry also stay in this very stretch. Ananya Pandey stays with her parents in the Pandey residence, which is also in Bandra. Now, this is also in Pali Hill. Farhan Akhtar lives on Bandstand in Vipassana. His residence is called Malaika Arora. Also lives close by in Bandra. So Bandra West is where you have your biggest Bollywood celebrities. And so there are questions being asked right now about whether there's simply not adequate protection, security being given in a high-profile area in the city of Mumbai. The fact that this has happened to Saif and Kareena has led to, in fact, several actors also raising concerns over this incident. Celebrities have questioned whether they're safe anymore in Mumbai. Now, while there were celebrities like Junior NTR, Chiranjeevi, who did in fact express concern for Saif, there were the likes of Kunal Kohli, Pooja Bhatt, Ravina Tandon, who said that it's worrying that celebrities are being targeted in this manner. They're calling it disturbing. They're calling on the Maharashtra government to take strict action. So now we're talking about this incident that's happened at Saif and Kareena's residence, of Saif being stabbed in his own home. But there have been a string of such incidents that have happened in Bandra, that have happened, in fact, to Salman Khan and to other actors, to other prominent figures who live in Bandra. For example, just a few months ago, the shocking incident of Baba Siddiqui being killed right outside his son Zishan Siddiqui's office. This happened in Bandra. So you'd think that that would trigger alarm bells, that would ensure safe security. Not at all, because now you have had this incident in Saif and Kareena's residence. Before this, on April 14th, you had two men actually opening fire outside Galaxy Apartments. Again, this is, mind you, in Bandra at Salman Khan's residence. And yet, despite all of this, you've got another incident being reported now in Bandra of Mumbai, which is what's triggered, in fact, this wave of questions at the government on whether Mumbai has become unsafe. Ritwik Bhalekar is joining us live from Mumbai with more details on this. Ritwik, away from the politics, there are obviously going to be questions asked of the administration of why we're seeing so many incidents of crimes taking place against celebrities. These are high-profile individuals. So then your common Mumbaiker is going to ask, what about me? What about my safety?
Absolutely. So this is the question being asked today because not just opposition who is coming down heavily on the newly formed Mahayuti government and Home Minister and Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis, but also people in Mumbai are worrisome, and they are asking the same question because this is not the first incident in last 3 to 4 months. You see that right in the of Mumbai, that is Bandra, a really posh area, high-profile area where most of the celebrities stay. This is the third incident happening of attack, and in one of the incident, the ruling party alliance MLA Baba Siddiqui was also killed, and his son, an ex-MLA Jishan Siddiqui, is also alleging that the investigation is not done properly, the builder lobby involved is not being investigated properly. So these are raising questions, and obviously when we spoke to UBT Sena
at this
leader
point,
Sanjay
is
Raut,
the government considering relooking security in Bandra, considering the multiple incidents of celebrities being targeted? Are we going to be seeing heightened security now being provided in Bandra to these celebrities?
Right after Devendra Fadnavis took charge as CM and Home Minister, a 100 days plan for Home Ministry has been prepared, and the use of artificial intelligence is what they are thinking upon, which will be implemented soon in the next 100 days, is what Home Ministry is telling us. The security of the people for the traffic and also minor petty crimes like theft and obviously some serious crimes like this would be addressed with the use of this new technology, is what Home Ministry is telling us now.
Okay, Ritwik, stay on with us. Now, even as we're putting the focus right now on the questions that are being asked about how safe really Mumbai is, that these kind of incidents are happening, there will be questions about whether celebrities right now are being targeted. In the case of Saif Ali Khan, was this a high-risk heist? Or is there a lot more to this? Was it a targeted attack? Remember that the robbery motive has in fact been confirmed. The Mumbai police hasn't apprehended the accused, but they've concluded that the incident is very much related to theft. And this raises questions about whether a thorough investigation has been conducted to explore other possible motives, such as personal enmity or, for that matter, a targeted attack. Because remember that you can see the attacker running away, and from what we hear, he didn't manage to get anything, attacked Saif and then left. Now, this thief, this intruder, attacked Saif instead of fleeing the scene. Now, typically, an intruder comes in, a thief aims to escape upon being caught to avoid confrontation. In this case, however, the alleged thief attacked Saif instead of running away, which is clearly unusual behavior for a simple theft scenario, in which case, first, they won't be armed, secondly, they just run for their lives. This also suggests that maybe there's a premeditated intent to harm rather than just plain and simple theft. Now, a high-rise building obviously involves risks and challenges. Why would a thief choose such a location if it was just about looting? Why would they go all the way up to the 12th floor instead of just choosing the ground floor or the first floor? It's obviously a lot more challenging to go right up to the top building, to the penthouse of the building. Now, also easier targets, if they're available, why didn't this thief target them? Why did he go and target Saif and Kareena's residence? This raises doubts about whether the accused was actually a thief or had a different objective, especially with the kind of details emerging that, he took Jay and Taimur as hostage and threatened to attack them. Now, at this point, there seems to be no evidence of anything being stolen. Now, there's, at this point, also no mention of evidence found at the scene to support the claim that the motive was theft. So, without concrete proof, attributing the attack solely to theft at this point seems speculative. So, we'll have to see if the cops are also looking into the motive once the accused is nabbed. Now, if the accused was indeed a thief, why would they jeopardize their chances of escape by engaging in a violent attack, especially if he knew that the people he was targeting were high-profile celebrities? This contradiction also suggests the possibility of a motive beyond theft. These are questions that right now are doing the rounds. These are questions that the opposition is also asking, saying, is the Mumbai police looking into this with all possible angles? They've also raised questions of the government over what's happening in Mumbai. You're seeing one attack after another, one incident after another being reported either on high-profile people or on celebrities, the latest victim being Saif Ali Khan. Take a look at the kind of political reactions that have come in.
early hours of Thursday morning, actor Saif Ali Khan was stabbed by an intruder inside his house in a posh locality of Mumbai. The incident that took place in Bandra has raised concerns about law and order in India's financial capital. The BJP has assured a thorough investigation. Maharashtra Chief Minister says Mumbai is safest among all mega cities in India.
देशातल्या मेगा सिटीमध्ये सर्वात सुरक्षित मुंबई आहे. हे खरं आहे की कधी-कधी काही घटना घडतात, त्याला गंभीरतेने देखील घेतलं पाहिजे. पण केवळ त्या घटनांमुळे मुंबई असुरक्षित आहे असं म्हणणं हे याकरता योग्य होणार नाही की याने मुंबईची प्रतिमा देखील खराब होते. पण ते अधिक सुरक्षित राहिलं पाहिजे या दृष्टीने निश्चित सरकार प्रयत्न करेल.
The opposition is blaming the NDA government in Maharashtra. Condemning the attack, Shiv Sena, UBT and Congress demanded answers from the Devendra Fadnavis government.
आज सवेरे जो सैफ अली खान जी के बारे में खबर आई बहुत ही शॉकिंग है, पर सरप्राइजिंग नहीं है. सरप्राइजिंग इसलिए नहीं है क्योंकि लगातार हम देख रहे हैं किस तरीके से सेलिब्रिटीज पे अटैक हो रहे हैं, चाहे वो सलमान खान जी हो, चाहे वो बाबा सिद्दीकी जी का मर्डर हो, और अब सैफ अली खान जी को लेकर
बहुत चिंताजनक जो अटैक हुआ है, क्योंकि घर पे जो हमला हुआ है, उनका बच्चा वहाँ उस रूम में सोया हुआ था, तो बहुत फैमिली तो घबराई हुई है. और सैफ अली खान जी ने खुद को डिफेंड, अपने बच्चे को डिफेंड करने के लिए उन्होंने जो किया, उसके ऊपर बहुत स्टिचेस भी आए, वो अस्पताल में अभी है, लेकिन गुड हेल्थ.
सैफ अली खान पे जो कल रात को हल्ला हुआ है, उसने वापस एक बार मुंबई की कायदा और सुव्यवस्था के ऊपर काफ़ी गहन सवाल जो है वो उपस्थित किए हैं. आज मैं होम मिनिस्टर से पूछना चाहती हूँ, मुख्यमंत्री से पूछना चाहती हूँ कि ना ही हमारे राजकारणी सुरक्षित है, राजनीति के पॉलिटिशियन सुरक्षित है, ना ही सिने अभिनेता सुरक्षित है, ना ही पद्मश्री सुरक्षित है, तो इस राज्य में सुरक्षित कौन है?
The Aam Aadmi Party and Trinamool Congress have also slammed the NDA government in Maharashtra.
वे रात को घर के अंदर घुस के कोई चाकुओं से हमला कर दे, तो ये वहां की राज्य सरकार और केंद्र सरकार के ऊपर बहुत बड़े प्रश्न चिन्ह खड़ा करता है. दोनों सरकारें लोगों को सुरक्षा देने में नाकाम रही हैं.
It's a very matter of shocking. जो culprits है उसको अरेस्ट करना immediate and to take strong action against the culprits.
The attack comes months after NCP leader Baba Siddiqui was murdered and shots were fired outside Salman Khan's residence. These incidents also took place in Bandra. With Ritvik Bhalekar, Bureau Report, India Today.
So the government maintains that Mumbai is very much safe, but they're going to have to also prove that. They're going to have to walk the talk, considering we've been seeing multiple such incidents. The Baba Siddiqui murder just months ago, firing outside Salman Khan's house before that, and now this incident of Saif Ali Khan also being stabbed. The information we have is that Saif Ali Khan is very much stable. He's recovering well after a surgery was conducted, because this man that you see on your screens right now, the attacker, managed to flee, not before stabbing Saif in the neck and also in his back, in his spine, which could have led to serious injuries for Saif. Now, while some sources have suggested to us that the Mumbai police is looking into the possibility of this man being a history sheeter, of having a criminal record earlier, considering the audacity with which he attacked Saif Ali Khan, the fact that he was also armed, seemed prepared for any eventuality, and that had also planned this particular supposed heist to the T, has obviously led to a whole lot of questions about whether this man is a history sheeter. All right, let's get you breaking news coming in right now. With the cops trying to ascertain the exact sequence of events, they are now grilling staff members at Saif and Kareena's residence. The attacker is still on the run. There is a suspicion that he is an insider in the sense that he was someone who perhaps worked in the apartment or perhaps had visited Saif and Kareena's residence before for some work. And so the testimony of really the others in the residence is crucial here, which is why the staff members, two helps particularly, who are at Saif and Kareena's residence, they've been questioned. Their statements have been taken down by the police. The cops reportedly will also be recording the statement of Saif, but once he's doing better, once he's perhaps out of the ICU, which doctors say could happen tomorrow. But several hours on, the cops at this point are yet to nab the accused. They're tracking mobile dump data. They're looking into all possible digital evidence. We don't have a name just yet for the man you see on your screens. But Mustafa Sheikh is joining us with more details on this. Mustafa, obviously amid questions doing the rounds about how this man managed to get, access to the building, how he managed to make it to the top floor, whether he was someone who had visited the residence before. The statement of the staff members in such a circumstance extremely crucial. Can you break down for us all those who've been questioned, whose statements have been taken in by the police so far?
Well, sources tell us that there are around 8 members, staff team, which Saif Ali Khan and Kareena Kapoor have at this house where they stay. And one of those is the caretaker for the 2 kids, Taimur and Jay. Other than that, there is a cook. Then there are the guards, the security guard of Kareena Kapoor and other staff members who are present. And you can say that at that point when this incident has taken place, only the maid was present and nobody else was there, is what we are knowing as of now. So the police suspect that something is not matching up and something is not adding up, and hence they want to investigate this case from all angles. Remember, as new revelations are coming to the fore, this case doesn't seem to be only a case of robbery. It was very much so that this accused was, he kept the 2 kids as hostage, and so he was at that point in rage and was ready to do anything. So that doesn't seem to be a case in robbery. At the same time, the circumstances which suggest that this accused went up 12 floors through the stairways, and he was so fortunate that the fire exit of the house was open, and he was able to not only enter the house but reach the bedroom where the 2 children were sleeping. So that is another question which the police has to verify. The other incident is that even after this incident had taken place, the maid was present. Saif Ali Khan was injured, and the accused is seen getting down from the stairs and moving out. He was not apprehended, nor he was followed. Fortunately, he was catched in the CCTV footage at the 6th floor, due to which his identification was possible. So at this point, the police is not taking this as a simple case of the burglary gone wrong. They are seriously investigating this case. They are also looking at an angle whether this accused was carrying a knife with him, or it was in a hurry he picked up something from the kitchen. And the way he entered this house and the way he was able to reach the kids, and it's a huge house of 2 floors. So clearly this accused had
Correct.
some idea of what
Mustafa,
he was
there's also
doing or what he had.
information coming in right now, and let's break the latest we're picking up. Now, we had told you earlier that sources seem to indicate that the attacker had targeted Saif's kids. Now, the details we're picking up is that the accused actually took the house help hostage and demanded 1 crore from her. Now, he didn't demand the ransom from Saif, he demanded it from her. The maid was taken hostage. Saif Ali Khan, hearing her screams, came to her aid. So to help the house help and to take her to safety, Saif intervened, a scuffle broke out, and he was stabbed in the process. So the actor was essentially protecting his house help, was protecting the maid from this man you see on your screens, the unidentified attacker, the accused, who's seen running away after that. This man got to the nanny and held her hostage right outside the kids' room, right outside where Jay and Taimur were sleeping. Saif Ali Khan heard the noises, heard the nanny's cries for help, reached there and then saved her. In the process of saving her, he put his own life at risk. He was then targeted by this attacker and stabbed. So the attacker entered this house, entered Saif and Kareena's residence. Seemingly, now this is something that the investigation will confirm, but we don't know who his target was, but seemingly we're going to assume that the first person he saw, he grabbed and then threatened her. So this was the nanny in this case. At 2 a.m. or so at the residence, he grabbed the nanny, held her hostage, demanded money from her. Saif then rushed to her rescue, didn't think twice and got into a scuffle with this attacker to save the nanny. Let me bring in Mustafa Sheikh on this for more details. Mustafa, more details emerging now of exactly what transpired. Now, we understand that this attacker seems to have targeted whoever he saw first. In this case, it was the house help. We're thinking this is the nanny who has also recorded her statement essentially in this entire case. So she was held hostage. He demanded the money from her. We're hearing he demanded 1 crore from her, but Saif then intervened, and to save the help, he got injured.
Well, yes, Akshita, so the details are emerging slowly, and it seems that this was not only a case of theft, but this person was holding Lima, the maid, as a hostage, and after that she is said to have made noises. She was shouting, and then Saif Ali Khan was alerted and he came out of his room, and then he intervened. Now remember that even if the target was the house help, the kids were also present in the same house at that point, and Saif Ali Khan was also concerned for their safety and if the accused can attack them next. So clearly he tried to intervene, and it didn't go well because this accused has stabbed Saif Ali Khan multiple times, 6 times to be precise, and out of which 2 wounds are serious wounds. And this is something which is also raising an alarm that after this entire episode taking place at the top floor house of this building, even then the accused was able to, he was not intercepted or nabbed. He then came down 12 floors, and after which he left. And the question also is raised is if this attacker having a backpack. Now this is in many instances any accused seen in this position is somebody who maybe recently committed a crime in other state looking for money, has come to this city, or maybe a person who wants to.
The fact that this man broke into Saif and Kareena's residence only to demand money from the help, demanding that she pay up 1 crore. Something doesn't add up, and hopefully the police will be able to give us some answers of exactly what happened. The motive they maintain was a burglary attempt, but why did he go all the way to the 12th floor, target Saif and Kareena's residence particularly, then go ahead and threaten the help right outside the kids' room? Why did he do all of this? Why did he subsequently stab Saif Ali Khan despite knowing that, this is a celebrity's house that he had barged into, and it would trigger, it would make headlines that he wouldn't be able to get away with this crime, running away, not even covering his face. We are going to be tracking all of the details that emerge in the investigation, because there remain so many unanswered questions right now about this shocking attack on Saif Ali Khan. As I wrap up this edition of 6 p.m. Prime